promised I would show this colored acrylic application or fade that I did that's so fun. So let me tell you first thing first. We already did a fade on her this last time with like a French effect. So it was negative space or clear back by her cuticle. This time she wants to go full fade. So the color you're seeing on the tip with the glitter is a fade I did last time in this similar fashion, and then did clear back there. I'm just letting you watch here this first round so you kind of get a understanding. So we wanted to go full nail color this time. So I took down all the clear, left the tip to fade into, and we're gonna create cool, like a cool tropical night sky effect is our goal. These are custom mixed acrylics. I used pigments I found, I used other colored acrylics I found, mixed them together to create what I wanted. I used to be way into this and did it all the time. Let me walk you through. I put a little slip there with the monomer, and then a tiny bit of the product, and I'm just gonna slip it down over it. I know on the tip I will file some away, but when you're doing this, you wanna do it with the intention that you don't rely on filing, so that you rely on yourself to fade it. And then I'm gonna take our deeper color. We're walking towards darkest at the cuticles, what the client chose, and then deeper again. Something that helps me when I do this process is I actually work my acrylic quite wet, and I do it with the intention to pull and blend and pinch it towards the tip so that we get that fade. What you're seeing right here is a clear layer of acrylic I put over the top. Why do I do that? When you use colored acrylic, in my experience, I have found it is often softer when it cures, so it files softer and gives you some inconsistencies in color. So if you do work your product more wet to create a fade, not too wet, you don't want it dripping off your brush, but something you can create slip. Colored acrylic typically sets up a little slower, which can work in your favor for fades. You don't want to file it away uneven. You need a buffer for filing room, which is why I go in with my speed acrylic. I use Young Nails speed acrylic. I have a link in my bio. If you're joining on YouTube, I will put it in the description below to my Young Nails distributor. And I put a clear speed acrylic layer over the top. And I don't even get crazy into shaping. I just keep it out of the cuticles. It can be quite thin if your thickness is about where you want it. You just need some file room. Okay, a couple different methods you could do. For the ease of the video, I'm showing you color after color after color building on one nail. On the other hand, I actually did all of the one color across all 5, then the next color, then the next color. I just wanted you to grasp the whole concept when I was showing it here. And it gives you a second to let the previous color settle and cure a little so you don't pull it somewhere you don't want to. I was able to wait a little in between, and I sped this video up so I wouldn't run into that. But I would recommend one color all the way across to all 10, then the next color, then the next color. It's a really, really cool effect. Something else you can do is you can put a thin layer of clear acrylic underneath all of these colors so that when you go to e-file off the color or switch color, you don't have to take it down to the natural nail plate to preserve the integrity of the natural nail plate. There is clear acrylic under this, really thin because of our previous set. But something to consider when you're doing a colored acrylic is your next service, so that you can preserve the integrity of the nail plate. Those look awesome. We're gonna let them settle. I'm gonna show you something I do, why they settle underneath to clean up the nail. I take one of my carbides from Erica. So Erica's ATA is my favorite for bits and e-files and all of that. I have a link in my bio for, let's see, Instagram, YouTube. I will put that same big link that has all those things down in the description for all of you. This is, so you have a couple options. One is they have an under the nail cleaning carbide bit. I'm experimenting here with their shaper bit. This is actually meant for up around the cuticles to really seal in that transition from the cuticle to the nail arch and everything. But I'm playing with it. You guys, break some rules, try some different things, but absolutely you can just get the under the nail bit. This is me experimenting and letting you guys see me experimenting. Let me explain why I do it now. Right now, this acrylic is setting, and I work pretty quickly with my acrylic, so it is not ready for me to file once I've got it all applied. Even with speed, and especially with colored acrylic, it takes longer. It takes longer to settle. And I've used so many brands, and I haven't really found a difference. Something you can do to speed up setting is as your colored acrylic gets lower, you can cut in some speed acrylic, but careful to not dilute your color too much. Anyway, I'm cleaning underneath right now, and I start clear on the nail I first applied acrylic to, and I'm just cleaning underneath gently while it settles, because that tip I know is cured because it was already there. Another thing is, in case you like nick the edge or go around the whole nail and put a little gouge in the top, like that's happened, that's life, you have time to go repair it. And you can do a lot of cleanup work here with your free edge shaping. So if you had like created a little gouge on the edge, but you were already gonna bring the edges in, no harm, no foul. But if you had done your free edge shaping first, like we're doing right here, this is called free edge shaping with my hand file, and then cleaned underneath, you run the risk of creating a rough edge that you need to go back with your hand file and smooth out. I'm all about efficiency, and so the order I do everything in has been thought through in my head extensively. So if you are cleaning out the natural nail underneath, an acrylic, a hard gel, I wouldn't do soft gel like a gel polish. That natural nail is what supports the product. But otherwise, an enhancement and lengthening, I would do that before you do your free edge shaping. Now, I know I'm gonna have the question why I clean the natural nail out. It's client preference. Depending on my clients, a lot of them have those nails that want to curl and they're not great about applying their cuticle oil that keeps it more flexible so it doesn't pull away or curl away. So I am all about removing that natural nail underneath. Sometimes you'll see people clip the length off, e-file down, and create a whole new extension to avoid that natural nail extension underneath. Also a great option. I just don't personally like to. I don't like to put that pressure on the nail plate, and this just works for us. So either way is great. You're gonna see here, you're gonna all know, I'm sure of it. See how matte these colors are? Before I got really experienced with acrylic, you know, you can have this panic moment, like, oh my gosh, this doesn't look that great. And then you get to the top coat and it's such an aha, amazing moment. So hang tight with me, stick around. Why am I filing up and down when I'm creating that square? This client likes a really sharp, straight, like edge for square, but then she likes me to soften them. So I find if I squeeze that nail plate, you'll see the pressure I'm giving. I always stabilize the nail plate so I'm not wiggling it around as I hand file or file. So I can go up and down because it's not moving anywhere. Right here, I'll show you guys again. Oh, it slipped right out, sorry guys. But I'm squeezing her nail plate before I do the free edge, and then I do her little corners. Now I've given the acrylic time to set up. So I'm gonna go through, this is a large barrel carbide, and I don't have a ton of product to remove. I just have some shaping to do, so I'm using a medium grit. And I am running it at 20,000 RPMs. Let me see, yep. 20,000 RPMs, so it has some speed. Speed will really help you with carbide bits. Carbide bits are meant to cut and remove excess product. That's why we never use carbide on natural nail or skin or anything, because we never want to scoop and remove live tissue. That's just not what we do. But on top of product, it can be fantastic. Another option is a diamond. If you don't have a lot to remove, you can do a diamond. And I do a lot of fill without file. I can lay my product acrylic down after a lot of practice, a lot of experience, and go straight to like a top coat and never even have to top file. That's a great goal to work towards. It really helps with your timing. But in this case, I needed to do some shaping and some under shaping and to reduce a little bit of the fade on the tip so that we get to see a little bit of that glitter. I will recommend, especially if you're new at e-filing, but I mean, I've been e-filing for 16 years, and I will recommend, I love ordering the large barrels from Herrera in carbide. There's a drop down menu once you're on the large barrel item. You can order it without sharp edges. Those sharp edges are killer great when you're carving out smile lines. But otherwise, there's really no, or like helping get lifting out, obviously never touching the natural nail with those sharp edges, but it really, otherwise you don't have a need. And this will allow you often to work around the skin safer, and it may even speed you up because you feel more comfort knowing that your client's safety has been considered and is top priority. Okay, I know this isn't an e-filing video, so I won't go through my pattern of all of that. This is a an acrylic application video, goodness. What I'm doing here is I'm cleaning out the dust with some alcohol. I don't have them go wash in case there is leftover moisture, and then that disrupts the adhesion between the top coat and the application, and I don't want peeling. She wanted a silhouette of a palm tree. So here's just a quick, easy palm tree. I'm using art gel. I'm gonna make 5 extensions here, curving. And then I just take those same extensions I made. Sometimes I need more product, and I just feather them out. This is where you have to just kind of lean into the process. I promise this can work out. Just keep feathering, keep going. I'm not obviously curing this before I'm completely done with the whole design. It makes a lot of people panic. Art gel will really help you with that because it stays more in place, it moves less, so hopefully it reduces panic. So see, now we've got like a silhouette of a palm tree over like a tropical night sky. That looks so cool, and this is gonna look even better when we get her top coat on. She wants to be all shiny, so we will get there. Let's just do one more over on her other ring finger. I make the trunk a little thicker, and then I'm gonna pull my 5 palm branches out and then feather and pull. I have found the messier I let this be, the better it is. Even though I naturally resist that, I find that is something that works really, really, really well for me. But you have to find what works for you. So I'll show you always the techniques I use, but I'm not the end all be all, and I love learning from other nail artists. So always share. I love seeing comments below. I love seeing input. The art brush I'm using, really quick, I forgot to tell you, it is linked in the big link I'm gonna put in it'll be in my bio and below for YouTube under black nail art brushes. Okay, top coat. I swear by my Luxa Shine. Here's why. On this particular set, it doesn't matter for stain resistance because they're pretty dark. Oh, look how cool that looks. Sorry, I got distracted. But it leaves such a great shine. Hey, I hope you guys really enjoy this. Subscribe, like, share, follow. I just so appreciate all of you. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you give this a shot, tag me. I'd love to celebrate with you.